the Aatrox is just absolutely great here for Fan.
Yeah, so far in terms of the lineup for JDG, they have so much flexibility in what they can choose because they already have a split pusher on their side, so that's gonna be the Fiora. They have both the Ornn and the Vi, so lots of good long range engage potential on their side. I like the Yasuo ban because that could be a threat on the side of JDG, even though I'm thinking about if they do pick the Yasuo, they're gonna be heavy loaded on the AD in terms of AD damage. So I'm not really sure, but yeah, wow, these are really fast picks from both of these teams.
We see even a Zoe being picked up, but Kassadin for Feibai is as equally deadly as the other assassin champions that he has picked up. The only difference is that this champion takes so much time to reach towards the biggest power spikes, and Feibai will need to be very, very patient because this is an explosive composition of Weibo Gaming. Similar to JDG, they have so many setups, but the Gragas can do wonders, especially in dragon fights. Maybe Fan would be online later on after the cast gets used by Jikian. They can secure objectives, but also they need to keep watch on ones because this Vi is very, very like super aggressive, but also well calculated, and he can actually help out Lemon, Feibai, possibly even Barry, as he like tries to be synergized here with Max with the Call of the Forge God.
Yeah. What I'm looking at as well, both of these teams, especially when we get into the team fights, is that both teams have like these big one-off AoE CCs. As you mentioned, the Gragas has the Cass, Call of the Forge God on the Ornn. These are both skill shot, and these are both like long cooldown abilities. They don't have as much other follow-up CCs except maybe for the side of JDG on that Vi with the cease and desist as well as the first ability. So they do have that advantage in terms of CC, but other than that, this could just be a party for some of the more explosive damage champions like the Kassadin, like the Camille, like the Zoe, when these big CC ultimates are already on cooldown.
No cooldown though on Kassadin later.
That's true.
That is the funnest thing when you're using a Kassadin. It's like you go through hell in the first 15 minutes of the game, but after that, it's heaven. Heaven.
Yeah, you go through hell to play Earth.
Yeah. yes, you got it. You got it, Crazy Apple. I love that analogy. Go through hell to play Earth later on.
Yeah. But when you survive as a Kassadin, it really pays dividends for the player as well for the team, because they can just really rely on that mobility as well as the damage coming from the Kassadin. But as you mentioned, it is very exploitable as well for the enemy team. So we'll see how well JDG can get Feibai to that position.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take a bit of a long time for the Black to be able to do though. 3 scaling champions, kinda challenging here for JDG, but we already know the capabilities of all their players, that they can actually pull that off. What Weibo Gaming needs to do though is prevent them from being able to reach that point. They have the Zoe, they have Lucian, kind of great poking and also great bursting damage coming from both of these champions. Maybe later on we could see a gank coming through from Nikian as well in the mid lane to set things up against Feibai and just work their way from there.
Yeah, we'll see if that's gonna be what or how Weibo will be approaching this as well. Because I'm also thinking about right now, if Weibo does need to, push the tempo against this 3 scaling champion team on the side of JDG, which tools are they going to be using? And one of the things is going to be Camille, but there could be a dive here on the upside. Once is already here. Zian is very low.
And they actually get the kill. It's like they won't for the meantime. Faye is there to just back him up. JD, they walk away. You gotta give the space for now.
Yeah, good call from Weibo Gaming. Because of the Zoe's advantage in the shove in the mid lane, he was able to cheat the back, go out first, and then when they saw that the Camille was getting heavily harassed at the top side, having a level disadvantage there, they called the Zoe to go top side to be able to defend the gap, and that was a perfect timing from Weibo Gaming. It's what they need right now, because what they need is to be stable in this early game so that they can be able to get picks later on.
I actually thought that ones would go in, because Max is also there.
Yeah.
Man, the patience coming in from JDG, knowing that any sort of counterplay can actually be made here by Weibo Gaming is, again, just some patience being demonstrated here by JDG. They know that they don't really need to force fight just yet, especially in the mid lane, because Feibai will be online later on as well. And the most thing that he just needs to do is be there in the lane, or at least nearby, just in case there is going to be a gank from Fan.
Yeah, but so far, with how quiet this early game is, it's obviously favoring JDG a fair bit. And even looking at the goal, there is a slight advantage for JDG. I'm kind of wondering where is that coming from, if it's going to be more on the top side because there was a wave that crashed, or probably the Vi out farming their counterpart in the jungle. But at the same time, I can't discredit that, you know, Weibo Gaming might just be biding their time trying to look for that opening against JDG, because if they do make that mistake and give JDG some early goal, that will accelerate the scaling of their late game champions.
Suddenly, like, it's 8 minutes in, we see the Earth mode on Feibai's Kassadin. That is a nightmare. I don't think there's ever been, or maybe just one or two time, including last season, that we have seen like a late game Kassadin getting destroyed. Because the Kassadin is built that way. If he gets his item, gets his level, then he will be unstoppable.
Yeah. But he is on time right now. 4 minutes with a Rod of Ages. That's very much the right clip, meaning that he wasn't ganked, he didn't die, he was able to absorb most of the minions in the lane. So that does give him that bit of an advantage right now in terms of scaling on that Kassadin. So we'll see. Because right now this is the quietest game so far, I think, in all of the series today, and we were kind of expecting this matchup to be a bit more explosive, since these two teams are really fighting their positions, especially Weibo Gaming right now. They need a couple more wins to be able to be in contest for a playoffs spot. But with the 5-minute mark coming in here, we do see the two big objectives coming out. There's the Herald and the Dragon, and Weibo Gaming immediately starting this Herald.
They have vision though with a Scuttle Crab that they have picked up earlier, so maybe they find ways to cancel them out. They have also sent out the Fiora, which is Lemon, the start of Dragon. Never mind, they actually go back in the lane. Looks like massive respect being shown out here by both of these teams. They cancel the RH, they cancel the Dragon, and look to maybe set things up first through a fight.
Yeah. These two teams are just not opting to fight right now. There could have been a force on that Herald. Weibo Gaming could have just stayed there, but they didn't. And even JDG actually answering the lane swap from Weibo Gaming, so that they could also have a bit more priority in the top side of the map, so that we could still have this equal map state that we're seeing right now. But it looks like top side, there's going to be a fight brewing there.
Yeah, Max took a bit of damage, even more, as Kratos landed his damage. Now JDG looking to interfere here on Fan, taking this RH. Feibai took a paddle star right in the face right there from Fei. Needs to block away for the meantime. Lost.
Taking this game very, very seriously. They really want to get the tempo, the first game win. You know, once it's been spotted there by Fan and the Red Trinket. I'm not sure if they're gonna go for the fight once. Okay.
Gets hit once with the Darken Blade there off Fan. Finally, they start up once more. And this time, the Baron Laners are gonna be here. Lemon and Xian doing their 1v1 just beside the other members, but oh, the damage coming in there. TP Trouble Bubble gonna be used as well. Ignite is sticking. RH 3000 HP left. Weibo Gaming engages, and we'll get the RH for now.
Yeah, Weibo Gaming did get the Rift Herald, and massive respect as well from JDG. They know that Weibo Gaming does have a stronger mid-game composition, so giving away that Herald might just have been the call for them. Even destroying the first third of the game in the mid lane gives away that safe farming space for that Kassadin, and then they're also going to be securing the Ocean Drake. So mid-game right now fully in control by Weibo Gaming.
Oh yeah, JDG just fully respecting it. I think the game plan of JDG right there was just don't give a fight, don't give up objective, but play for stall, play for time. Now Lemon's gonna be in trouble though. As Fan commits the World Ender, already gonna be used, but gets pulled right back. Fan though nearly gets taken down. Will be walking away.
Yeah, good tower dive right there from Weibo Gaming. Really, the Gragas taking most of the turret hits. You can see on that replay, good setup right there by Gekian, trying to go for that for Lemon right there. Lemon was eventually taken down. You can see off the screen the turret was actually hitting the Gragas, and then Fan just getting one more, flashing away to secure his life right there.
Weibo Gaming getting a couple of gold leads through the exchanges. It's not really enough, right? We see like 500 gold lead only after a tower takedown, after some kills, after RH was taken, even the Dragon. JDG actually doing such a good job in getting the resources despite not getting any objective.
Yeah. But in terms of like, if they have been able to stop the scaling, if Weibo Gaming has been able to stop the scaling of JDG, I don't think so just yet, because JDG is still answering. They're only about less than 1,000 gold down, so they're very much still in this game. Weibo needs to inflict more damage on JDG to really to really stop the scaling from the 3 carries right now for the side of JDG. So we'll be seeing if Weibo can pick up the tempo right here. I think there's a fight in mid lane and here in the bot lane.
Barry just casting the Feather Storm just
to there's a dive.
A couple of the damage. There's so many people already invested here by Weibo Gaming. 4 people, in fact, to either 2 things, right? Get a kill to the tower and then get this tower going. And they just commit on the tower instead, since most of the members here of JDG just walked away. But there is an answer in top side. Looks like Lemon is having a bit of a good time against Zihan.
Yeah. Earlier on, I think Zihan was positioning himself near the mid lane just in case he needs to help the bot side of the map, while the top lane I think has already been pushed for in the favor of JDG. So 2 towers to 1 right now in favor of Weibo Gaming. They are slowly opening up this map. If they can get picks into the jungle of JDG, they just might be able to keep pushing the tempo that they have right now. The gold lead right now is at around 2,000. So far, Weibo Gaming really slowly and steadily gaining that lead.
Slowly and steadily. That is the perfect way to describe. Kratos right now is sitting at 8.6 thousand. That is almost 2,000 gold lead compared to his ADC counterpart, and has been injected quite a lot of gold in the series of events lately. They are successful in invading the camps there of ones as well. Slowly but surely, actually mitigating the amount of resources that JDG is acquiring, allowing them to just gain more.
True. I think this has been the most macro-centric game as well that we've had today, and I'm actually just loving the rotations right now from both of these teams, because they're kind of reading each other right now. Every rotation being started by Weibo is also a rotation being started by JDG to try to mitigate as much damage to their own jungle, to their own coffers at this point. And even though Weibo Gaming right now does have a significant control over the map, destroying the first tier turret in mid lane and bot lane, giving them a lot of control right now in the blue side jungle of JDG. That's why they were able to steal the blue buff, and they're still continuing that pressure right there. That's why you can see also a lot of attention being put by JDG, because if they let Weibo Gaming just get into their jungle, there could be ganks being set up, there could be pickups from the Zoe Trouble Bubble, as well as the Gragas, as well as this Camille. There's so many ways that Weibo can just jump you from your own jungle.
And it starts with vision, right? They have already massive access towards the blue side jungle here of once, and that can translate into a second dragon. And JDG cannot give that at all. And I just want to point this out there, man. You're so good with your analysis. I just love having you here, because this long game oftentimes gets an implication or like a thought on some people that it is a bit boring. But so many things actually are happening. They're checking each other, just like what you mentioned. And now Zion getting caught. Explosive is going to be used here onto Lem to try and dissuade him. But Barry actually is doing wonders. Attracting so many members here of Weibo Gaming is chasing him down. But Dragon gets taken already by Weibo. They're happy with what they got. And JDG loses one more time. Even if there's no casualty, Weibo Gaming is actually winning hard.
Yeah, and that goes back, as you mentioned earlier, the vision control from Weibo Gaming. They see from far away JDG trying to run into the Dragon Pit. And what does JDG see? Almost nothing. They don't know where Weibo are. So that they are able to freely get this Dragon. Yeah, exactly. And objective taking is what Weibo Gaming needs right now to pick up more power to be able to push out JDG from the jungle, smother them in their base, and eventually take more like the Baron and probably take the win. And yeah, going back here, so far there is a bit of push and pull right now from both of these teams.
You know what? This small things that they are gathering, but consistently is slowly stacking up. And Weibo Gaming is eventually overpowering JDG. Through the stacks, through the dragons, through the gold. And later on, if they secure soul, oh, that is so much team fighting present here for Weibo Gaming. They're gonna outlast JDG at some point. And even if this is a late game Kassadin, this is one of the things we have talked about. The 1, 2, 3 games that we have seen in 2 seasons that Kassadin lost is because the other team, the opponent, is just too stacked up. And that's what Weibo Gaming is doing.
Yeah, if they're able to get all of the objectives, the Dragon Soul as well as the Elder Drake later on, it's not gonna matter even if your Kassadin is that strong. They also have damage on their side for Weibo Gaming. So in terms of late game scaling, when you have all of those buffs adding together, you can still take these members down, but you still can't discount if Weibo Gaming just slips up by just a bit. JDG can take back control. Yeah, they can take back control of this game.
That's how risky it is. Hextech Ultimate is denied here with the parry of Lemon, but again, the influence of Fan just spices things up, denies even one opportunity of comeback there.
Yeah, and that is another tempo play from Weibo Gaming. Just want to also before that, just will go back to this replay right here. Good catch on Lemon. I think Lemon felt a bit too comfortable here in this Dragon lane, so he was caught off guard by both Zihan and Fan setting up that gank. Easy kill right there from Weibo Gaming. But before this replay, I wanted to set just this thought up, right? We saw the first 2 series, there was a lot of fighting. Because of that, like some of the stakes of one flash, one ultimate burn is not as high as this kind of gameplay that we're seeing right now. One flash could mean a huge difference, because if
could be Baron.
Yeah, could be Baron, because if you flash and you get caught out in the next fight, that could be Baron, that could be objective, because everyone else has their flashes, still has their flash, because no one's fighting, everyone has their cooldowns up. Right, so one missed position from any of the key members from both of these teams, could really spell the game for them.
Maybe not for Feibai, because he's using a Kassadin.
That's true.
Particularly for Barry. 2 things needs to be removed in order to take him down. That's the flash and the Featherstone. If he doesn't have even one of those, actually, he's so vulnerable, and Weibo Gaming can just easily close in the distance. They have so much crowd control, they have so much lockdown in their lineup. One Hextech Ultimatum can spell the demise, though he does have the QSS enchant on his boot, so maybe 3 or 2 can be used there to actually lock him down. But one burst, one paddle star is what takes it all. And JDG needs to really find ways in order for Bear to be able to free hit. But that's just so difficult.
Yeah, but at the same time, we were talking about like a timer, right? On when JDG gets to that point that they're at their strongest. This is a level 13 Kassadin. He's at that point right now where he's playing Earth. He can't be just jumping around the members of Weibo Gaming, especially when some of the key crowd control abilities are used. If Hextech Ultimatum is also on cooldown, this Kassadin can just keep jumping around, and they're now trying to catch Zihan, but good, nice ward right there from Weibo Gaming, catching out this possible gank coming from JDG.
And now the dragon spawns up. The last dragon. Soul point right now, but Weibo Gaming the captain off guard! Lemon's gonna be in trouble, tries to parry away, but not being allowed to do so. The burst coming in from Weibo Gaming is absolutely glorious. Meteor Enchant. Also, the Call of the Wards God is gonna be used there just to dissuade them, but Feibai took so much damage. Kratos finds the head of this Kassadin, crown removed from the king in the mid. And now Weibo Gaming gets this last dragon, everything unlocked. Now they have their superpower.
Yeah, they're having their superpower. They're also sieging the mid lane. I guess after this turret right here, they're gonna have their eyes on Baron, but once he's in the bush.
Kratos gets denied here with Assault and Battle Flash in by one, so try and secure the kill, but gets denied as well. Now it's Baron, uncontested, for free. Gift wrap with ribbon for Weibo Gaming.
Weibo Gaming secures the Baron, secures all the dragons, and even secures kills right now. And this is just gonna be the train ride for Weibo Gaming. They're gonna ride this all to the base of JDG.
Bro, this is so far an almost perfect game by Weibo Gaming. The only reason why I'm saying almost perfect is because JDG secured one tower. But no kills, no objectives, not even RH was secured. And right now, they're on the verge of being outplayed, overpowered here by Weibo Gaming. The Ornn gets destroyed. Elder Dragon being taken. Jikan though might need to be very careful. Lemon's gonna be here, but the rest of Weibo Gaming is there to back him up. Parry not connecting, tries to chase him away, but gets denied once more. Feather Storm here by Barry to try and stay alive. Feibai gets the first kill here for JDG. That's good, but blows up his face in the process. And Weibo Gaming, after getting the Elder and with the Baron, they only have one thing in mind. Push mid, end the game.
Yeah, definitely. They have their eyes on the Nexus. This is gonna be the game right here, Giyang.
JDG resisting, but you cannot resist how clean this game was for Weibo Gaming. So many things happened here in this game. Even if there's not much movement actually that we have seen, not much action, not much clashes.
Yeah.
But so many minor things was actually made. It's as if they were playing chess against each other.